Everyone, welcome back to the channel. We got a couple different things for you today. We got some mail day. We got some new Topps 2025 basketball. Got the Cooper Flagg. I found these today at a GameStop. I was at a Walmart earlier this morning and saw that they had stocked the shelves with blasters. And then just on my trips today, actually I was coming home and I stopped at GameStop. Really kind of pick up some new sleeves. I do like using the Fanatics brand sleeves. And they had a full shelf full of blasters, and I saw these. I hadn't even seen those in the promos that they were going to have blasters. So, everybody loves blasters. Let's say hangers. So I thought about picking up 4. I do have some of this product ordered. I have a hobby box set to come. It hasn't come yet, but I really want to get that Cooper Flagg, or really want to get some parallels of Cooper Flagg. Wembyama, who went off last night, and the good rookies, Ace Bailey and the Harper kid. So, but before we do that, we're going to open up some mail day. And as if you guys have been watching my last 2 videos, you know that I've been collecting a lot of Pirates team cards. And here's another one. This is that 2025 Series 2. This is the Diamante. And putting together a nice little rainbow of that. Let's see. So I have a whole bunch of these of mail day, but I'm going to only open 3 because I'm going to be doing a lot of videos today. And so I'm going to do a little bit of a mail day each time. That way I just don't have to open all this stuff all at once, Plus I'm really anxious to rip the top. What the fool? It's always interesting to see how people package things. That's interesting. So I don't know. This is the first time opening these, so I don't know. Oh, that's that 2024. That's the Judge. And as you guys know, I'm a Yankees and a Buccos fan. I'm a Buccos fan first and foremost, but I do like that Yankees with Judge kind of leading the way. And that's in the yellow parallel. And again, these cards aren't expensive at all. I mean, probably like a couple of dollars max. And so here's the last one for this video, and then we'll get into those hangers back there. Oh, it's my guy Gino. He's, he didn't have any. I don't think he had any points the other night when they played the Canucks, when they blasted the Canucks. Sorry, I probably got a little loud on that. When they blasted the Canucks, but so that was Game 7. So he's got 9 points in 6 games this season alone, which means he's on fire a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and get these out of the way. We're going to talk a little bit about. We're going to talk a little bit about. We're going to talk a little bit about the NBA. So let's go ahead and pull that out of the way. And so, like I said, found these today. I've got a hobby box on order. This one here is kind of beat up. I didn't even realize that one was beat up. But found these at GameStop. I did not see them at Walmart. I did not see them at Barnes & Noble or anywhere else that I went. I saw them didn't see them at Lids. But I did see them at GameStop. I only went to one GameStop out of the 4 that I have around here. They're $12.99 a piece, 59 cards. This is just going to be like flagship baseball. It's going to be the same design, and 59 cards. So in here, you're looking for the Diamante parallels, right? So pretty much like this right here, these Diamantes. So it's going to be pretty much the same card design. So again, like I said, we're looking for the Flagg out of here. We're looking for Ace Bailey. We're looking for James Harper. Sorry, I know that was pretty loud. I apologize. But we're looking for this guy. And we're also looking for, let me take this back here. We're also looking for Wembyama. You know, Wembyama had a shortened season last year because of, I think he had a blood clot in his arm or something like that. I mean, but that dude is back. So this is number 2. That dude is back and he is tearing it up. I think he threw in 41 last night or something like that. The guy is just a freak. I'll be honest with you. I was thinking about this today as I was driving around, or as I was coming home and stuff like that. You know, he's probably to basketball right now what Ohtani is to baseball. You know, I think the guy he's over 7 foot tall. You know, and he can dribble, can handle the ball. He posts up down low, he can shoot from the outside. The guy does things that, you know, is kind of like unheard of, especially for a big man of his size. So, so Wembyama is still, you know, he's still a card to get. So we're going to open up these 4 hangers. Probably not the only hangers I'm going to open up, because again, I'm not saying I'm going to go in on this product, folks, but I really want to get some parallels. And there's really a card in here too. I was checking the checklist and I didn't really see, you know, growing up as a kid, I was a big Sixers fan. You know, I grew up in North Carolina. That's why I'm a Steelers fan and stuff like that. But as a kid, I watched The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. It had Julius Erving in it. And my mom worked for Converse. And when I was in the 3rd grade, they had a family day out at the Converse plant in Lumberton, North Carolina. And he came out there. And I got to interview him for a morning show. And so ever since then, I was a big Sixers fan. So this is the card design that looks like Rondo, or no, Paolo and Suggs, sorry. He looks like Rajon Rondo, right, from old Sixers, or Celtics, sorry. So the card design is very reminiscent of baseball, right? But the thing about the back, there's not a whole lot on the back. You know, it's kind of funny. I've been watching a couple openings of this, and yeah, just not a lot on the back and stuff like that. So not as big a fan of basketball as I used to be. So there's LaMelo Ball. So we'll go through these, Trae Young, and just see what's up, you know. Siakam, there's Zach LaVine, the guy can elevate. I don't know how many dunk contests that dude's won. Bub Carrington, Young Bulls. So I would love to kind of go back to my story about Julius Erving. There's Chet Holmgren, had a huge night last night. I checked I was looking at the checklist and didn't see any base cards of Julius Erving. Now there are some legends in here. And, you know, I think it gets kind of close to the end. You start to see legend. There's James Harden, Bridges. And so here's our first turned around card. Let's see what we got. Let's see what kind of inserts we're getting here. But he was in one of the foil inserts, the throwback. So that was a good thing, right? So I'm really excited about that. So let's see what we got here. We got a Tyrese Proctor on the foil, rainbow foil. Generation Now of Nick Clifford. There's the 8-Bit Ballers. You guys remember that from Series 2, if I'm not mistaken. And this is a Clutch City Prospects, Colin Murray Bulls, and there's another 8-Bit Ballers, Cade Montgomery or Cunningham. Another Generation Now, VJ Edgecombe. He's a rookie, and he's one of the guys that people are saying to look out for. So still got some turnaround cards here. And these are your Diamantes, right? Filipowski and Jared McCain. He was a rookie last year, if I'm not mistaken. And here's that parallel, that throwback parallel I was talking about, that Cyan James. And that's, so that's the card that I did see Julius on. So Julius is my guy, although the greatest all time. And this is, some people can debate this. I don't debate it because I don't think there is a debate. And it may be because when I grew up, but it's Michael. Hands down, in my opinion, it's Michael. I watched him play college ball at Carolina. I am a Carolina fan. I was a Carolina fan when they won the national championship. There's Cooper Flagg. There's the poster boy. That's who we want to see, right? So we'll put Cooper back here. So I was watching that game when they beat Georgetown in 82, sorry. 83 was NC State. And there's Wemby. Wow. So got both cards off the rip. So that's our first pack. I'll slide these over here. Probably go a little bit quicker through this because, that's a good look at the base cards. Again, I know this is a baseball channel, but it does say Van Slyke fan cards. So, and just kind of getting an idea of what this looks like. Dalton Connect on the dunk. Giannis. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, I do like ripping retail. I do like ripping cards. This is the first, there's Lonzo Ball. This is the first set of cards or first packs of cards I've ripped in 2 months. And yeah, I mean, have I wanted to rip some? Sure. I've bought cards. I've been out and I've found some 2024. I found some 2025. I found 2025. I've picked up some megas for Chrome. There's Larry Birdsey. You got some of the old guys in here in Stockton. Detlef Shrimp, right? And then now you got some rookies at the very end. And then we'll get into those inserts. So this is a Danny Wolf. And the chrome and the foils look pretty good. The rainbow foils. They don't look bad at all. Always kind of worried about QC with a new product. So it looks like they did a pretty good job. So there's Generation Now, Ben Surf. 8-Bit Ballers, Derek Queen. Another Clutch City. That's VJ Escombe, that rookie. D Wade. And there's Danny Wolf. Now, there's no guarantee out of these things, folks. There's Tyrese Halliburton, Indiana. He was at a lot of Caitlin Clark's games. And so here's our Diamantes, Peyton Pritchard. And looks like a team card for New Orleans. So 2 more packs to go. And I think this is a good sampling size, folks. I think it's a really good sampling size. 4 blasters. Already pulled Wemby and Cooper Flagg, the guys that I'm chasing. Haven't seen any Ace Bailey. Haven't seen any Dylan Harper. There's Jalen Wilson. Scoot Henderson. There's MVP right there, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Where's Converse's? I'm glad to see Converse coming back and, and getting back into it. Back when I was growing up, Converse weapon was worn by everybody. Magic, Larry, had all the team colors. The only person that back then who didn't really wear them was, Robert Parrish, he didn't wear them. Bird had a pair, and Julius Erving had his own. He had StarTex, and then he had another type, but he didn't wear the weapons. But now it's all pretty much Nike, and I get it, They signed the greatest player of all time, Filipowski, Zaire Williams. And there's all base, and we'll pop these in the back. You can get autographs out of here. There's Shaq. That's a old school card. Danny Wolf and Traore. And here's Yang Hansen. I actually forgot to say something about him. I was watching someone opening some packs. I watched Pac-Man open some hobbies of this, and he said he was collecting a bunch of Yang Hansen because they call him the Chinese Jokic. So again, there's fears. A lot of these rookies are coming out. They got a lot of hype with them. So, and that's cool. So, but none more than Cooper, I think, and Ace Bailey. And so there's an old school Rick Barry, highest free throw percentage of all time. His kids, Scooter and Drew and John, played at Georgia Tech, just like he did. Well, actually, I know Drew did, and I don't think Scooter did, but John did. So, there's Rick Barry. Let's see what we got on the foil. We got a Cam Jones on the foil. Generation Now is Asa Newell, rookie. Damian Lillard, 8-Bit Ballers. We got a Demon. I'm not sure I know him, but we'll put that over there. 8-Bit Ballers are Manu. Colin Murray Bowles on the Generation Now. And, I've not really seen a lot of those Generation Now exclusives. So here's our two Diamantes. Kawhi. And we got a Noel Essengay. So last one. I do have some blasters to open. Like I said, I have ordered a hobby that should be here within days. A couple more things I've ordered. I've ordered obviously some update series. Even picked up a couple holidays for 2025 baseball. I actually picked those up today. So it's funny that I'm more excited about ripping basketball than I am baseball right now. Because, baseball's baseball. You're going to get all the same players that we've been collecting for the last two series. But this is something new. And I'm here for it, right? Tyler Kolek, Cody Williams, Barnes again, Pods, Mike Beasley, Giannis, Dalton Connect, Anthony Black. So we're just kind of going through here. Cream City card, Oz Reed, and seeing what we get. Again, I'm excited to get the hobby box. And there's a G.G. Jackson. It's supposed to be one of the chase cards. There's Bernard King, man. The guy could play when I was a kid. I don't know if you guys remember that old Curtis Blow song, Talking Basketball. He talked about Wilt and Bernard. There's Con Canoopel. He's came out of Duke with Cooper, and he's at Charlotte. Hoping for good things for this kid. He would be another guy I'd like to grab. There's Wemby again. First sighting we've seen of Wemby. No parallels yet. No numbered cards. So again, maybe not as stacked as a baseball hanger would be. So here's G.G. Jackson. Ooh, pink. Diamante. So that looks like a really nice card. He Clutch City Prospects, Fears, 8-Bit Ballers, Jokic, the Joker. Looks like we got a Power Players, and it looks like we got something turned around back there. I'm not well, this is Generation Now, Trey Johnson, Jokic on the Power Players. That's just a base. So let's see what we got here. Ooh, this is like a sand glitter full of Demon. I'm not sure about him. So not numbered. It's a pretty card though. So our foil, and then it looks like we got two Diamantes. Our foil is the Mavericks player, and our Diamantes is Porzingis and Terrence Shannon. So there you go. Not not too exciting. Didn't get any parallels of Wemby or Cooper, but you know, some of the ones that we did get, you know, these are the foils. No big names in here, no Ace Bailey or Harper. And these just seem like random inserts here. These are all base inserts here. Got some good rookies on here that, you know, that you're supposed to be looking out for, but not the top rookies, right? That VJ Edgecombe is probably the top one to get. Nick Clifford. 8-bit ballers. You know, these are just all base cards, you know. And then we got the, you know, Clutch City Prospects. Fears is another good one. VJ, there's VJ Edgecombe for my Sixers. Then our Diamantes, so you got 2 in every hanger. So nothing big on these. Kawhi Leonard, probably the biggest name. And let's see, Pritchard, Jared McCain, Filipowski. So again, these are not bad. I mean, you'd like to see maybe Cooper Flagg and Wemby in that, and you know, Ace Bailey. And so to me, the hits of the rip are 2 Wemby cards and a Cooper Flagg. They look pretty good. I mean, you know, the edges centering and stuff like that. You know, no chipping on the back and the blue, and that's going to be an issue with these cards with the black borders. Again, I hope these guys do well. I hope Wemby comes back strong. The guy's a special talent, special player. And then our mail day was the Judge. Actually, it's a Yankees team card in 2024 Series 1. The Pirates, Diamante, 2025. This is 2025. And then the Malkin, Gino. You know, he and Sid and Letang have been playing for 20 years together. That's unheard of in today's sports. 20 years on the same team, and this is the last year of his contract. So saw him play last year, saw him play the year before that as well. Up in Pittsburgh, we took a trip. So great player, going to be a Hall of Famer. And that's our rip, folks. That's our basketball rip. That's the initial preview for our NBA basketball 2025. Topps has the license now. So let me know what you think. The Cooper and the 2 Wembys are all base. And until the next video, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate a like and a subscribe if you're new to the channel. And leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think about it. Tell me if you're going to get any. But this is Topps 2025-26 NBA basketball. Good night.